Hey everyone, it's Nash. Today is June 29th, 2014, and I'm a little over 5 months on T. Big 5 months. Feeling pretty excited about it. I have now done this video 3 times, so I'm feeling a little sick of it. First round, the audio was off, and I couldn't sync it. I tried, and it became just too much of a pain. And so I gave up, and I recorded another one, and it turned into a 20-minute long thing that was impossible to edit. And I actually might post some stuff from that. I think I'm going to edit it when I have some more time, because I do think it was some valuable stuff came out of that video, but it wasn't exactly like an update, like a short little physical update. I did get into a lot more around some social aspects of what I've been experiencing recently, and so I think that that's totally valuable to talk about and to share, and so I do want to post that eventually, but in terms of a physical update, it wasn't exactly what I think folks are looking for, so I wanted to make this as well. So first is my voice. I know about 2 weeks ago in my physical update I was saying that it was fluctuating quite a bit. It is doing that still, less so. I think it's found a much steadier place, which is nice. But it did like crack the other day in like a really intense way. I was yelling down at my roommates and it was like, "Ugh!" And after it cracked, it like went way low. And that was cool and interesting. And so I recorded my voice. When it did that, and I wanted to play it for you all because I do think that it was lower than it is now. Today's June 25th, 2014, and my voice is cracking, so maybe it's going down again. Pretty low, right? But now that I'm speaking, I don't know if maybe my voice is that low. It's kind of hard with the internal ear to like hear how you actually sound, but so I guess there is a little bit of fluctuation happening, but it's definitely gotten more steady than it was 2 weeks ago, definitely more than a month ago. Just within June, my voice dropped significantly, and so just over the last, 3 weeks or so, it's been pretty significant. It's definitely affected the way that I interact with folks in public, my voice specifically, not only on the phone but also in public. I think in the past I would be read as male, and then I would speak and kind of some awkward interactions would come up where folks would either like apologize profusely because all of a sudden they're reading me as female and they think they've misgendered me and they feel bad, or they wouldn't say anything, but they would be very like, just like create like an awkward interaction, or they would become really rude, right? So all of those are uncomfortable, and that hasn't been happening anymore. Instead, my voice confirms the way people are reading me, and the interaction goes very smoothly. And when you're trying to rent a movie or pay for gasoline, it's nice when those things just go smoothly and your gender doesn't have to be a part of it. And so that's been really welcome. And it's also been just kind of interesting to just be noticing how I'm being read differently by different folks in different spaces, and when folks are reading me as male, the ways that interaction is different, particularly when I'm reading them as male identified, that the kind of like dudes talking to each other thing is happening to me, which while I was read as male before hormones, I think I was often read as much more feminine and much younger than I am read now, and so that's interesting. I was told by some of the clients that I work with that I'm still reading about 18, that they're still reading me as I'm about 18 or 19 years old. So, not anything to complain about getting read as 10 years younger than you are. I'll probably appreciate that later in life. Another big physical update was that I took measurements. So I measured my my arms and my legs and my hips and all sorts of places before I started tea, the night before I started tea. And I went back and I measured my self again just last week, and pretty significant results, which is exciting. It's nice to see quantitatively that things are changing. The pictures that I took a few weeks ago were helpful, but I think this kind of puts a number to what I was kind of seeing. And so my waist came out an inch, my hips went in 2 inches, my belly went in 2 inches, my thighs went in 2 inches. And particularly with that waist to hip ratio, so if my waist came out an inch and my hips came in 2 inches, that's a 3-inch difference in that ratio, which is really exciting because that's my kind of most dysphoric area. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. It's kind of my problem area. And so to see significant changes at just 5 months happening is really encouraging. So I'm excited about that. Weirdly enough, my wrists got smaller, but my upper arms got bigger. I made the mistake of not measuring my shoulders, but there's no doubt that they got significantly larger. My legs didn't change. My lower legs were the same measurements. And so, yeah, most significantly was my chest, which decreased 6 inches. 6. So that's huge. I was kind of surprised because I feel so much broader, like my trunk feels broader, that I thought maybe that would equalize a little bit, despite like kind of like the tissue having decreased, but that's not the case. So 6 inches. I know they say hormones can add and they can't take away, but in my case, and I know in several other people's cases as well, hormones definitely did decrease my chest size. So that's awesome. No doubt there is still some ways to go, and I'm excited about top surgery, which is coming up in just about 2 months. So that's definitely still necessary despite the 6-inch decrease. So that's all very exciting. What else did I want to talk about? I've been using the men's restroom more consistently. I know I mentioned in a video past that for a very long time I've been avoiding gendered restrooms unless completely necessary, and when they were completely necessary I've been using women's rooms, which caused me a lot of discomfort and anxiety, and so they haven't been good experiences. So, but I also haven't felt confident or going into the men's room. So, as I've been read as male more consistently by folks in the public, my confidence to access men's rooms has increased. So I've been doing that. It still can be a little bit uncomfortable just because I didn't grow up with those social norms, and so accessing a space where you feel like you don't know how to use the space or like how to move your body in the space is interesting, but I kind of just try to keep my head down, in and out. I do use the stall at this point, and so that can be kind of uncomfortable and just like feeling like I'm not sure if I'm standing out or if people think I'm accessing the space in a strange way or if people are noticing, but I think that's mostly internal, and most folks aren't paying attention to what you're up to in there. Policing within the men's restroom, from my experience, and I know several other people's experience, is less significant than that which happens in women's rooms, and that has a lot to do with kind of the narrative of protecting women and children, or women and children's safety being the reason that those spaces are gendered. Which is obviously problematic in itself, but there is significantly less policing going on around gender in the men's room, from my experience. I did get an STP device, and so I'll be kind of playing around with that, and that might change the way that I'm accessing restroom spaces, and that'll be interesting. I'm not sure if it's going to work for me or if that's going to be something that I like or not, but I thought worth trying. I'm interested to see if that's something that is going to work for me. All right, I think those are all my updates. I'm a little over 5 months on tea now, so signing off from Portland. I hope folks are enjoying their summer, and happy almost 4th of July. All right, take care.